It's us, your favourites, Danny and them two.
Hello.
How are we both? How are we all at home?
I'm here.
You are here, yeah. That's not what I asked.
How are you at home?
What?
I'm at home.
You're at home.
There was a comma in between there. You just couldn't hear it.
Ah, the silent comma. The Oxford special. My favourite kind of comma.
It's going to be that kind of podcast.
It's one of those kind of podcasts.
Speaking of silent commas,
Here we go.
Chucky ordered us some custom T-shirts for our holiday.
I've got commas on.
They're over there, and all the punctuation in them was just spaces.
What?
So the print,
What?
they didn't. It's almost like they used a font that didn't have like the characters for punctuation. So there's like commas and apostrophes, and they just put space instead. And it looks like shit.
When you get like the weird ASCII symbols.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was gonna.
I don't know what an ASCII symbol is.
I was gonna format my Mac at the end of the year. You know,
So
just
we're 60 seconds in.
Welcome to What's Gone Down.
Hang on.
Formatting Macs.
Wait a minute. Right, Rob,
it hasn't gone
talk
down.
to me.
I've got a lot of projects open at the minute. I've got a lot of things that I'm working on, and when that's done, I was looking forward to doing a fresh install, like erase my machine and install the new OS. But I was, and this is where it comes back around to what we were just talking about.
Why would you do that?
It's just good housekeeping sometimes.
What, to install a new operating system?
Just to have a clean start, and there's an update available.
You never heard the phrase? I've forgotten how it goes.
No, I hadn't heard
Start with it. Wipe the slate clean.
Yeah,
I have,
Yeah.
But you know, when it comes to a computer and operating systems, I'd have thought like it's just one and done, innit? Like,
no, because there's a new version. There's a new version of Mac OS out.
Yeah.
But it's nice to just have that reset.
Mm.
You know, it's just nice to get everything off there, raise the whole thing back to day one, and then it's just good housekeeping every couple of years to do that.
Burn it all to the ground.
You don't need to do that. But anyway, the reason I didn't do it is because I thought, God, I'm gonna have to reinstall all my fonts.
oh God, no.
And that's the thing. No, but I've got like hundreds of fonts installed, and I know which ones to use for what and stuff. And that's the sole reason behind me not doing it.
So Calibri, not good enough.
Well, no, but there's like certain
Papyrus?
fonts that we use for like certain stuff.
But just don't.
No, but they're kind of almost part of the brand now.
Look, if Papyrus is good enough for advertise, good enough for us.
That is mad that they use Papyrus.
Here's some balance.
Yes.
You'll never guess what I did
What, today?
today. You'll never guess.
What is it? Is it a chore at home?
No, just
Hit a duck with your
just
car.
what are the chances? It's almost serendipitous, maybe.
Wow.
Like there we go. Like you're talking about.
Did you get your new graphics card?
No. You're talking about formatting, resetting.
Yeah.
Guess what I did?
Spring clean?
Did you format and
Shit,
reset
yeah,
your
if the
computer?
Only just spring clang the laptop.
Spring clan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Full reset, full format.
Really?
And utilized.
What are the chances of that?
Utilized from the Microsoft 365 platform, all my apps put themselves back on via
MDM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's you contemplating it, and there's you doing it. Right.
Yeah. Just do it, mate.
Just
Nike use it for Nike say that for a reason.
I've got too much till.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. The ends don't justify the means in my workflow.
if you were going to say I've got too much to lose there, so that to me says that, you know, when you're transferring it across, when you're doing whatever you're doing, you might lose something important, like some content or a bit of
It's
work.
the fonts.
But what my point is, like, if you've got those fonts saved to the cloud, doesn't matter.
Yeah,
You're not going to lose them.
I mean, you can save fonts to the cloud.
Yeah.
There you go.
That is often that's the Adobe solution. But I'm talking about using them in Final Cut. You need them.
Yeah, just re-download them from cloud.
Yeah.
Clues in the
not
name,
that
innit? It's
simple,
fine. It's Final Cut. If you don't get it right first time, it deletes.
That's right.
Unbelievable.
I did take my.
annoying.
I took the bottom plate off my Mac, the MacBook Pro, earlier in the week because it's been getting a bit warm. It's been misbehaving a bit.
Give it a slap.
It's a top of the line from like 2 years ago. Still
not top of the line then.
Yeah.
Really.
top of the line
From comma.
M1
comma
M1
from.
Max.
Yeah.
Silent comma.
Silent comma.
And it's been misbehaving a bit lately, and it's also been getting a little bit warm. So I took like the bottom plate off. But in like the Apple store, like the technicians that touch the Mac, they have what's called ESD bracelet, anti-static something.
Are they just called technicians? They're some like shitty
Genius, they're called.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah. Apple.
But
Genius.
they have these bracelets, which is it like grounds you, right? You'll know about that.
We used them in college. Do you
Anti-static.
remember?
Yeah. I'm convinced it's the biggest load of bollocks ever.
Oh yeah.
I've had computers.
That and Scientology.
I've had computers open, rummaging around in them. I've never used one of those fucking bracelets, and I've never had an issue.
Built computers on a carpet.
Yeah,
And they
literally.
still work.
I've worked with stuff like that. Obviously, not phones or computers because I've never touched that bag of shit. But like, there's been stuff where like it's got a high energy unit and you need to discharge that, otherwise it's just gonna rip your arm off.
Short it, yeah. Oh, rip
Like,
your arm.
Good name for a band, that one.
High energy.
High energy.
But
unit.
like, there's all sorts on aircraft. Like, if you unplug something too early, it'll have residual charge.
fall
Zap
out
you.
of the sky.
Oh, I'll tell
And
you
it can
what's.
fuck the system.
I'll tell you what's really fucking dangerous.
There we go.
CRTs, cathode ray tubes.
Yeah, someone was saying this not so long ago.
it
I
was
didn't know.
It was probably me.
In what sense?
A CRT
If you get hit by
will
one.
hold. If someone throws it out the window. CRT, a cathode ray tube, to, to the unindoctrinated. That's the basically
Old
think of
big
it,
glass
Think of
telly.
it as the screen inside the old tellies, the fat tellies. You can have one of them that's not been turned on for 20 years, but that tube, the picture tube, it stores like a lethal charge, and you have to discharge it. And it can literally like kill you. It's really fucking dangerous unless you discharge it and ground it and stuff. And I think back to like in 2010 when I was like dismantling iMac G3s and just fucking taking it to bits with a screwdriver, not knowing that there could be like a fucking severe voltage in there. Thank God there wasn't there.
Imagine if we never progressed to like the flat screen, but everything else progressed. So that
So
this
our
this
laptops
phone,
or CRT.
yeah. So this phone, everything apart from the screen,
The phone
advanced.
CRT.
It's just sort of CRT.
But
Just
the
really
phone
top
wasn't
heavy.
even the phone was around when the CRTs were. and they just didn't
but
use
I've got
the
this
CRTs.
image. I've got this image in my head of like just like to the point where the touchpad is the same. You can still type, but just the top. It's a CRT.
Think how heavy it'd be. What if you break? What if you drop it? How'd you put it in your pocket?
What is that background? I thought that were a barcode.
I just found it.
God,
it's kind of boring.
That's so boring.
Don't be nasty. Come on.
What's yours?
Mine is just a
fonts.
shot out of the plane window.
Fonts.
Just fonts.
Just a nice shot out of the plane window.
Oh, lovely.
Boring. Just clouds.
Forget where we were going.
Can't see clouds from here, mate.
It was somewhere. You'll be seeing clouds in a minute, Sunny Jim. Punch your beard
Because
off.
they saved all these fonts too.
Yeah,
What should we talk about?
I thought this was it.
Yeah, I thought we were talking about fonts.
Can I get some off my chest?
Yeah.
I hope not.
Because I've been saving this up
Yeah.
for.
I did
the
that.
car
I was
journey.
doing November and I did
Yeah,
11 days.
I don't think that's what I mean.
that's not.
11
So
days
anyway,
is
that's-
good for me.
Why would you do that? What's the point?
Just see what I can do.
But you're supposed to do it like
See
I'm
what-
doing it
see
for
what
charity.
happens.
No,
Like,
you're not.
And then you're
No,
doing a
you're
good
not.
thing.
That's November.
Why, yeah, but so either way, why, number one, why would you grow a mustache for no fucking reason? Because they look dumb.
Guilty.
Yeah. And number two, why would you do that shit? Why would you not have a wank for a full month?
Imagine you.
What's the point?
Do you know what was really good? The Sefton Park Pilot concert I went to in COVID times. And it,
Because it's about wanking.
because it was the first concert in months.
I think it might
So
be.
your first wank in 10 days is
Yeah.
going to be pretty astronomical.
Yeah.
So-
See, for
I learned
me-
about a new thing
Okay.
called retrograde. Oh, do you know what? It's not the time for it. You tell us what you wanted to get off your chest.
Well, this isn't as exciting now.
Sorry, go on.
I was watching some content
Mm.
on my TV,
Yes.
and
Cathode ray was lit up.
absolutely discharging to fuck.
Yeah.
No, I was watching some content, and it was some like I can't. It like just popped up in it. Right, this stand up. Can't remember what it's about. And do you know what I'm sick and tired of?
No.
No.
Thank you. Jokes about pineapple on pizza. It's such a tired, like
Yeah. I don't
medium
care
for humour. Like, you're crazy.
I've
So
I don't
much
think-
shit has
I don't-
happened.
I don't think I've ever heard one.
Well, it's not.
Yeah,
I don't
give-
watch a
give
lot
us
of
an
comedy.
example.
It's not.
Give
so
us an example.
it's not. It's not like a constructed joke. It's just this like thing.
Yeah, where
everyone's like,
just pineapple
pineapple pizza, and it's like, grow up.
Hey, there's a title for this podcast: pineapple on pizza? Question mark. That'll get some
Yeah.
clicks as
I
well.
like it.
Do you discharge pineapple
Pardon?
font?
I don't
tube?
discharge any pineapple.
I don't know. It just really annoys me.
You should eat pineapples.
I don't
They
wa-
make stuff taste nice.
I don't watch a lot of comedy. I watched
Yeah, but
obviously
you've
Bo
heard-
Burnham. I don't really. I'm not subject to a lot of pineapple on
Do you have
pizza.
pizza?
Yeah, I've had 3 pizzas this week, and it's Wednesday.
Do you have pineapple on them?
Absolutely not,
That's what I'm. See, why?
because it's fucking horrible, man.
You're part of the problem, man.
Also, you're a fan of it.
Yeah, it's well nice.
You'll eat oat damn, won't you?
Yep. But I don't dislike it, but I won't go out my way for it.
Miscarriage stuffed crust.
Sign me up, as long as it's got some mustard in it.
Sorry,
Oh,
did I hear that right?
here's something.
You did.
So I went to Bulgogi Grill.
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced bulgogi.
Great.
Don't know.
It was great in 2016.
That's the last time I'd gone as well prior to this week. Anyway, it's nice. For those of you that don't know, which is most of you, it's a Korean barbecue place where they have the grill on the table. And
They're great.
they
Though.
bring all the shit to you. It's all raw and it's good because you can fucking cook it. Instead
Just-
of it being, oh, do you want it a bit red? No.
That's why I eat out.
Anyway.
to cook
Why
it
would you not
myself.
want it a bit red?
Anyway, because I want it well done.
Too scared, innit?
Went to the Scottish Music Awards. I put in my email,
Yeah.
please make sure my steak's well done. And you know what? It was. Everyone's was well done.
Just burnt.
What was I saying? So I went there.
Bulgogi.
But
Bulgogi.
why the fuck did I bring that up?
I don't know.
What were you talking about just before?
Pineapple on pizza.
Yep.
Pineapple. Oh yeah. So
Here we go.
part of the kind of set menu that we had was prawns, right?
Yeah.
And obviously you grill the prawn yourself at the table.
Yep.
And the prawns are like cut in half, but still connected. So they're kind of like opened up, like imagine like a prawn book or pamphlet, if you will.
Like a butterfly.
Yeah, like a butterfly. And the prawn's still got like its hard exterior shell type thing on.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
The king prawn.
and anyway, it was pointed out to me that
Prawn?
They were big prawns, yeah. So maybe they were
No,
king. Well,
king,
we
yeah.
don't just call
They have
them
a crown-
king.
they have a crown on.
King and queen and
Yeah, yeah.
whatever.
Just royal prawns.
Royal prawns, yes. The royal prawn. Anyway, did you know, you probably did, but this is new to me, that sometimes they've got, look, shit in them.
Yeah.
Yep.
That you have to remove the shit.
you have to
I had
give it a
never seen that.
scrape out the
And I
back.
looked in it, and there was
Little shit bag.
literally shit inside it.
Yeah, it's where you get your extra
And this
vitamins
meal
and
was
stuff.
like £100, right?
Yeah,
this
so not-
meal.
100 quid.
for two.
And it was,
It's a lot.
and there's literally shit on literally
You're paying for that.
I couldn't
You paid
believe
for
it.
that.
I didn't eat any more of the prawns after that.
Really? Why,
Yeah.
Why didn't you scrape out the bab?
I mean, would you do that? Imagine, right? You go to a fish and chip shop and they're like, cod and chips, any vinegar? Yeah. Fish butcher's just shat on it, but you just wipe that off there, mate. You just needed a shit.
Well, you've got
proper
like-
Yeah, but the difference is that's the fish butcher's shit.
No, it's all.
It's not like
all
the
sh-
chef's just
all the
popped
same.
a prawn up his ass,
It's all shit.
shit it back
innit?
out, and then went
Just-
served.
At the table, you got the chopsticks, the napkins, and just a little tiny donut roll.
Yeah, little baby one. Ooh, is it tucked under or over?
Needs to
I
be
couldn't
needs
believe
to
it,
be
man.
over.
I couldn't believe. Yeah, I agree.
I thought you were going to say something like, "Oh, well, you know, it's all they've gone all woke. They've got bloody ceramic induction hobs now. Not even a proper grill.
How dare they?
Believe it.
They've got that painted on flame.
Hey, I'll tell you what's fucking woke. All right, if we want to talk about society losing,
Here we go.
You know, I'm not that old, but God,
Yeah,
back
well,
when I was younger,
yeah.
you could get away with a lot more. I bought a tube of Smarties.
Yeah.
Right.
Popped it
Where
in
could
arse.
this? Where
Have
could
you
this go?
seen? Have you seen
Big bag of shit in it.
the saturation now on a Smartie in terms of the color?
Oh no,
They're so muted in the color.
Are there?
It's ridiculous.
What's the point?
They used to be
What?
vibrant.
Absolutely.
Now it looks like the saturation's been turned right down.
They used to mean something.
They used to be vibrant and pop when in the color,
Yeah.
and now they're toned down. And
They were giving Pringles a run for the money because once they popped, they didn't stop. Whereas
Right.
now,
yeah, it was embarrassing how low saturation these. So
God.
I just bought another tube as well
Yeah.
because I like Smarties. Well, I actually like M&Ms, but they didn't have any M&Ms. And yeah, they're low saturation. They must have got rid of the E numbers.
What's that got to do with you getting away with shit years ago?
No, because back in my day, you
You
know,
know, back in my day, I used to get away with loads of shit, but Smarties now.
No, you used to be able to get away with having a full colour Smartie.
Yeah.
You used to be able to get
Not
away with a
anymore.
nice little plastic lid when it was a tube, remember?
I think getting away with it is the wrong term.
I used to get away with it, mate. Sheesh.
You know what I used to get away with? Smarties,
Eating.
right? With better colour.
They did have better colour.
Times were better back then, right?
I've been really...
Well, we had the blue E number, didn't we?
We did have the blue E number.
not anymore, man.
We were there during the downfall.
Everything's just shit now.
Never served it.
Honestly,
No, thanks to fucking Jamie Oliver.
I've got
tosser.
Do you know what? I've got a lot to talk about, actually, because I haven't been on
Yeah.
one of these for a bit.
Let's go back to Turkey Twizzlers.
I never had a turkey twizzler.
Have you not?
I used to have them.
Tell you a story,
Back in the day.
totally unrelated.
Yeah.
I think I might have told you about that woman in the shop. I
Oh,
didn't.
you kidding?
So I've got two stories about the same shop here. Do you want them both side by side?
Double barrel, mate.
Yeah.
Double barrel.
So, I'm in Leicester with Mary and Jake at the train station doing a changeover.
Why?
And because we're off up to Scotland for the Scottish Music Awards. And
Hang on.
Why Leicester?
Yeah, Leicester's south.
Can come from.
Why would you go down and up?
Where have you been?
it was Leicester.
Was it? Do you not just do LNER Azuma?
Sure, it want
No, they don't do a Zuma to Glasgow.
somewhere in
Well, you go-
Lancaster.
Edinburgh and Glasgow.
Lancaster. That's it. Lancaster.
Yeah, we went south to go north.
Yeah. Anyway, so we go into this newsagent, and there's this woman there, and she's probably about 43.
She's probably about exact age.
And she looks like a generic 43-year-old woman. You know, no disrespect to her. She wasn't like...
Got the image in my mind.
Yeah, you know, just bog standard 43-year-old, like mother figure.
Random on
Likes cat
sim
kids,
generator.
You know, like just a nice plain Jane type lass who you wouldn't think, you know, she'd serve her and then she'd leave your memory, you know. She's a single serving friend in your world. Anyway.
Full backstory.
So...
Oh, she's a lovely
I'm really
lady.
trying to paint the picture
Yeah, yeah.
because anyway, so we grab there's three of us and we grab 3 cans of Carling off the shelf, yeah.
Great.
And we go to the till and we're chatting to this woman and she's really nice, you know. We're having a nice, just kind of proper above board, kind of nice, polite chat.
Nice 43-year-old chap.
Yeah, man, you know.
Stereotypical 43-year-old chap.
And she goes, right, if you want to get another Carling, because it's like 2 for a £5, we were getting 3, it made sense to get 2. And I was like, oh, there's only 3 of us, like we're going to argue over it, and you know, we're laughing and stuff. And then I'm like, do you know what, you can have it if you want. You know how you'd buy the bar stuff, a drink. I'm like, you can have it if you want. And she goes, oh, thanks so much, but you know, I can't while I'm at work. Obviously, I wasn't expecting her to crack it then and keep serving. So I was like, put it in the fridge. What time do you finish? And then she's like, I've got a boyfriend. Honestly. And then she goes, and I so wasn't hitting on her.
Yeah.
It was so clear that I wasn't.
So you say.
But she goes, I've got a boyfriend and he's Estonian, so you better watch out.
What's Estonian got to do?
Literally.
I've been there.
And I
Not that
kind
scary.
of, you know, we kind of laughed it off. And then Mary was like, you know, you shouldn't have said what time you're finishing. Like, that's like a pickup line. And I was like, I know it can be, but like, I would certainly never. It was a real honest, above board, like kind of standard conversation.
It's not like you've gone in there and said, I love what time
Hey
you're
up,
finishing.
darling, what time you getting off?
It's, you know, it was preloaded. It was like, pop it in the fridge. What time are you finishing?
Yeah.
It's not like you were...
Yeah. And Mary was like, no, that's weird, Rob. That was weird. And Jake kind of kept quiet. But the fact that she thought I was hitting on her.
Depends how well. I'd have to listen to I'd have to watch the tapes, I think.
Yeah, I would need to go to video ref.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no VAR there. Anyway.
No, we've got her on the line now.
Back down from Scotland.
Leicester.
We change it Leicester
they're
again.
They're coming home, so they're going north.
We change it
Aberdeen.
Inverness. Coming back, we go into the same shop. Now, the first story, you might as well forget about it because this has got naught to do with but it's the same shop.
I was so...
The woman's not there. It's
in
different
the 43-year-old state of mind.
So this is a different woman, probably about 44, 45, right?
How am I ever going to get to that point?
I'm going to paint the picture. She's got like relatively short, red dyed hair, like kind of pinky red hair. Old looking 44-year-old, right? Short hair.
Picture her now.
Anyway,
She looks 44, but she's an old looking 44.
yeah. I go in, right?
Could possibly look 50.
And this is on the
45.
platform, yeah. It's on the platform in like the middle of the station. And it's the only place where you can get
Smarties.
anything.
Saturated
They
Smarties.
didn't have the Smarties. They had a terrible drinks choice. Anyway, and I grab a couple of bags of crisps and a bottle of water, and I go up to the till. And the woman's like not there. She's not at the till. I hadn't seen her at this point. So she sees me at the till and she kind of storms around the corner out of like the staff area. And she goes, I'm trying to mop my floor in a really annoyed way. And I thought she said like, I need to unlock my phone. So I was like, sorry? And she's like, I'm trying to mop my floor in like a proper like tone.
Yeah.
And I just didn't know how to react because what she meant was like, fuck off.
Yeah, do you mind? I'm busy.
I'm busy. And I couldn't believe that she'd said that. And then she rang me up without saying anything. And I just kind of laughed as she was transacting because I couldn't believe how rude it was.
Yeah, it's mental.
And then Mary got served and she was super rude to Mary as well. Like proper, like the most rude service I've ever had from anyone, hands down. So then we kind of left the shop and I was kind of in disbelief and I was watching as other people were going up to serve because it's the only shop on the platform. And she literally got to a point where she like slammed the mop bucket down. She like literally threw the mop down and stormed up to the till to serve someone. And I couldn't believe how rude she was.
That is mad.
And in that moment then, and I'm really not the kind of person to do this, but I was like, I'm gonna like write an email. because that's so not okay to be like that. And I didn't write an email.
You're telling me the man of a million fonts did not write an email?
I didn't want to
just think of how
do you know what?
it could have been.
I didn't know like if there was any, she might be having a really bad day or whatever, but I wanted to go back in to get another drink. And I was too like scared's the wrong word, but like,
sounds like the right word.
She was so unbelievably rude.
If it's not scared, was it terrified?
So if that red-headed 44-year-old lady
old
is listening,
44-year-old.
Do you know what? I feel sorry for you. Honestly, you kind of had to be there, but it was absolutely atrocious.
There was some bad service I once got in Thailand. Went to this.
Ended up having a pussy instead of a dick.
So anyway, went to a little restaurant with American couple, and we'd had some food. Then the older woman, who must have been the mother of the people who were running the place, came over, took our money for the bill, went in back. And then the woman came over and said, "Right, here's your bill." What? Well, here's your bill. This is how much you owe. It's like, we've just paid it.
Literally just paid.
Little old lady comes out her back, and mum goes, just shouting at her like he paid her. And she goes, "No." Just immediately lied about it, even though we'd seen it happen. And they were shouting at us. Like, this couple just thought we were trying to rinse them. So the rank police were on the way. And like, we're in Thailand. Like, the police will just throw us in a prison and not give a fuck.
Unless you bribe them.
Yeah, exactly.
We've already been bribed.
So, we were just like, what?
I've just bribed him.
And they're literally screaming at us to pay. And we're like, we've paid her. And she's just like, and we're like, what the fuck? So we got on his scooters and legged it. And as we were legging it, I clipped.
Sorry, you got on your scooter and legged it?
Not like a little push scooter, like a moped scooter.
How do you leg a scooter?
With your leg. Just pop it over, don't you, and leg it.
All right.
No, but we just got out of it. And I accidentally clipped theirs and hit the back of their scooter with my big toe and cut into it.
Oh, is that why your big toe was fucked?
No, that was in Falklands when I dropped a ammo tin on it. That was full of stuff.
Dropped the ammo tin. I dropped the fat man on the megaton's about to blow up. I'm thinking of bad service. You got any bad service
I had
stories?
2 bad service interactions. One time, I was on a date. And this was
and you give her bad service.
Yeah, absolutely. This was so long ago. I would never step foot in there now, but I was actually in TGI Fridays.
Oh, terrible.
Very bad.
I walked past one twice today, and I was
sorry, mate. I'm sorry to hear that.
There again.
Truly awful. But
it's the kind of place your dad takes you on a weekend to be like, come on, let's go for some food, son. I ain't seen you in 2 weeks because I'm shit at being a dad.
I've never had that in my head.
We're really diving into something else there, aren't we?
No, it's just the TGI. That's what it always reminds me of, like being severely disappointed by the food.
As a kid, I used to think they were quite cool, but then obviously growing up, not so much.
Well,
but anyway,
you think it's American, don't you? And then you realise it's not.
Yeah. So I ended up in this TGI Fridays, and this lass, she was like nice enough, but you could tell she was quite confident.
The lass you're on the date with all the...
No, the server, waitress.
Oh, you're on a date with a lass?
Yes. Just by myself.
That's what.
So this, and it was on. It was the 16th of December. It's a date, is it not?
This lady was serving us, and she was pretty cocky. And do you know what? I don't mind that because I've worked in restaurants. I've been cocky. It's fine, quite charming, whatever.
Yeah, you're usually cocky with bouncers.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was fine. But what really, just think about something else. What really pissed me off was we were sat in like a booth, the two of us, and she kept like sitting down next to me and just being really like casual about it.
Yeah, like
and it's like I'm not one to like
I know what they're going for.
The conformity of the hospitality service. Like I'm not arsed, but I think it's just if we got along a bit better. Like she just came in all guns blazing with a banter, and you can tell I'm just a sausage in a sausage factory for her.
That's your favourite place to be.
At 100%. That's what I call my bedroom. But it was just doing that all the time. Just being way too kind. It just
feels fake.
Feels fake. Didn't really like it. Didn't really like the vibe.
But it's just, to be fair, that is the American way though, isn't it? The American service feels incredibly fake.
That's what they want. That's what it's like. Some retailers and hospitality things will probably try and adopt that and train their staff.
I've never
to be
had
like,
it anywhere else though, as well, which really.
Maybe,
and
How many of TGI Fridays you been to?
well, just like other places.
I always remember the story, and I'm sure she won't mind me sharing this story, but if she does, then close your ears. Rachel and Razzie went to TGI Fridays, took his missus out to TGI Fridays because he's a nice guy. They live a good life, treating her to probably two sides and a water.
It's a step up from a nice chicken parmo.
It was around Halloween last year or 2 years before, and the waiter said to Rachel like, "Oh, I love your fake teeth, like your fangs. Like, where have you got them from?"
Oh no!
And it was just Rachel's teeth. Bless her. She must have been smiling.
Oh dear.
Serves her right.
and she, I don't think she took it badly. Like, I think she probably
No, but it
can
could
laugh
have
at herself.
definitely been taken badly.
But imagine how the waiter felt. Imagine
You'd
how
be
the waiter
mortified,
felt.
wouldn't you?
I had to quit on the spot.
Yeah.
Trying his hardest to like involve somebody and be like,
Yeah.
here's a little bit of banter, a bit of back and forth between us, build some repertoire.
Some repertoire.
Yeah.
Rapport is the word I'm looking for. Some rapport.
God.
That I was on a call last week, video call, and with a salesperson, and I've never spoken to him before. And one of the first things, I'd like join the call, camera pops up. I say, "Oh, welcome, Ben. I see you're holding the flame high for November there. Like, good job," and something like that. And obviously trying to build something. And I was like, actually, I've had this.
Do you think I've grown this in?
I've had this a few years now. Yeah, it's like 2nd of November there.
Fucking video calls. I was talking about it in the chat this morning, but like,
Hate them.
corporate video call where everyone just loves the sound of their own fucking voice.
I'm so
Boring.
lucky I don't have to do any of that shit.
Oh,
And
it's
like throughout my entire career, like it's been very hit and miss that I've had any shit like that. Obviously, being an engineer, you don't get that shite.
Well, can't use a computer to begin with.
Just
Well, to be honest,
not another corporate smoke signal from head office.
I fucking hate computers.
Is that
man.
corporate fucking Morse code by banging wrench on toolbox?
I could happily live my life without a computer. Like I just don't like them. They don't do anything fun for me.
What's this podcast recorded on?
This is recorded on not a computer. It's recorded on a Macintosh.
What is?
It's not a computer, it's a laptop. What was I going to say?
I have to run a meeting every
now?
week,
I
and
hate it.
I hate it.
I
just
hate it.
try and go through as quick as possible.
I never had to do them that much before lockdown. And then in lockdown, oh God.
I think we should start.
People just love saying the same thing the last fucking person said.
We got any KPIs?
Someone said some nonsensical corporate bollocks that's so obvious. Let's say you're in sales.
Yeah.
Well, what we need to do is we need to start when our customers are saying no, we need to try and overcome those objections in a unique way that kind of only we can. What do you think about that, Ben? Well, yeah, I think when we do get the no's, and we do get the no's, there's some yeses, but we do get the no's. I think overcoming the objection is the thing that we really need to focus on. What do you think, Dan? Yeah, well, I also think,
no, it's just him.
Overcome. I think, yeah, it's good that we're getting the yeses in and they look good, but, the target's not 100% for a reason, but we could be doing better. So I think, overcoming the objection is going to be, and it's just everyone saying the same fucking shit.
Well,
I don't even have to do them, but I've done so many in my time. Everyone's... What does anyone think about that? Does anyone have anything to say? And then it's just quiet until then the pressure cracks. No, they ain't got anything to say. But fuck off.
The one person who does crack then just has to waffle to justify their input.
Fuck you.
I hate that.
All of you.
I still get that though without having those Zoom calls. Like my manager, like when I'm on phone to her today, I were on phone to her and we were talking because someone rang up and they were complaining about something, so like I had to pass it through to her, and then she saw it out and then sent me the email and then rang me up and was like, right, I've sent you an email of all the details, but here's the details anyway, I'm going to tell you. And then told me the details and then explained what's the next step. So I was like, right, yeah, I'll get that cracking. And then went back to the details and then it was like, right, yep, okay, and then explained again the next step. I was like, right, I know, and they're like, okay,
Just writing a fucking
and it was
email.
like, but I understand. My manager's got a similar brain to me. Like her memory is terrible. It's entire family's got it. It's shit.
Mine's getting worse.
We're getting older. That's why. But in our family, it's really fucking bad. Like we've always had bad memory. I remember like. I don't remember, but like all my life,
Ironic.
like even just remembering names, like there's my mum and my grandma, and they've all struggled. It's just the shit. We've got a bad memory.
Mine is getting worse. I've done like 3 or 4 just today where I've been like, what was I going to say?
I also found out it's probably going to deteriorate when I'm older as well, because my nana's is, her mum's was, and my mum's probably gonna, and then it'll probably be me as well.
But you're a boy, so it sometimes don't go down to the men.
Oh, is that how it works?
No, it is, yeah. Sometimes. Honestly.
I hope not, because I got my nana's eczema.
Again, you're not much of a man. Nana's eczema.
No, what is it?
Chlamydia you're thinking
no,
of.
psoriasis. Psoriasis skips a generation. And I got goutte psoriasis, which was like it's a week. It lasts for a week or two.
They're like the puddings. Posh puddings.
I have no idea. I don't know. It was on my shoulders. I had like leopard print shoulders for 2 weeks.
Sick. Sick.
Yeah,
Did I ever tell the story on the podcast about when I was on the video call and with the story with the guitar?
I'm not sure.
Have I ever told that? I don't want to repeat myself. If we've
I
already
don't
told
know
it.
if you have, but you know what? Fuck 'em, repeat it.
Okay. So in the lockdown, it was like video call mania, as everyone can probably relate to. The frustrating thing with my job at the time was my job was one of the few in the company I worked for where I could do it from home just as effectively as I could do it from my office,
if not more effectively.
I'd say definitely more effectively. So I was doing my full-time job anyway in the lockdown, full 40 hours a week from home. It was actually great. Really, really liked it. Loved that job. And but a big arm of our company was retailers and retail staff. So they couldn't do their job from home. So they all got furloughed or 100% furloughed, which is good. They should have been. But to kind of remind them that they had a job, there'd be like these kind of pointless video calls, like maybe twice a week, where these retail staff have to jump on a video call, and they might just discuss like something in the business or just some busy work for the retail managers and the retail staff to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you're in the lockdown, you're a retail worker, you're getting paid full, but they're inventing pointless reasons to stay connected.
Cardboard till on the call and they're like pretending.
But for me, as someone who was actually working through the lockdown and had all my normal like work video calls still like happening, they didn't kind of factor in that like I shouldn't really be attending these extracurricular retail ones. So basically, I'm trying to do my job from home. I've got all my calls that I normally have to do as part of my job. And then I've got to attend like these silly, like busy ones just to remind people they've got a job because 90% of the business wasn't working. So that's a bit of backstory. So I'm really fatigued with these calls. And I would just, I would listen in the shower. Because you don't need the camera on, you don't even need to participate, but you need to be on the call. So I'd listen in the shower, and I'd listen while I'm doing all sorts of stuff. I might be playing a bit of Crash Bandicoot 4 for 2 months. But there was one time where I had a guitar next to me, and the topic of the call was, because it wasn't just about the business, it was about, does anyone want to talk about anything? So someone had arranged a call about, it's called, Stonewall.
Nope.
No.
I think I'm really going to sound like an ignorant fucker.
There we go.
Stonewall riots, is it?
I don't know.
It's an LGBTQ demonstration, like a really famous one in 1969. Stonewall riots, known as the Stonewall Uprising or Stonewall Rebellion, a series of protests by members of the gay community in response to a police raid. So it's a real important thing in LGBTQ history, and it's important to talk about. But it was a call I didn't really need to be on, right? I already knew a little bit about that, obviously not enough because I had to Google it again then. And you know what, it is important, but like I'm trying to do my job. I've got work to do. I'm having to go on this call that exists just to remind people they've got a job while they're sat at home doing that. And this is call maybe number 3 of the day. And they're all an hour long. So each one of them is an hour where I can't actually get anything else done. So I'm sat listening. And I've got my camera on. I'm sat at this table. And they're talking about all the terrible oppression that people went through. And, to an extent, probably still do, sadly. But it was really, really bad shit that they're going through back then. And I'm there with my camera on. And I think I'm going to tune up this guitar here. So I turn my camera off and I pick up the guitar. And I start playing the theme to The Last of Us, which is it was just the first thing, like just to see where the strings are at and stuff. But I hadn't turned my camera off. I'd actually just unmuted myself, and then it threw me to presenter. So you become the main one on the screen.
I bet you love that.
And I looked at my screen and realized what had happened, and I just turned my camera off and muted. I muted and turned my camera off and put the guitar down, and I just waited. Oh, no. And then I got like a private message from just one of the 200 people on the call saying, "What was that?" And then an Instagram message from my manager saying, "Was that you on the guitar then, lol?" And then they just started coming in like one by one, like not in the full group chat, but like 'cause people wouldn't have believed what they were seeing.
Yeah.
And this poor girl that was presenting it, these real deep issues that had really affected like her, like, and then for me to come and play that somber, that little riff, and then someone was like, "God, I thought that it was like a really well orchestrated like thing, and they'd got you to do the music, like the sad music to go along with it."
Imagine.
And do you know what? I was so embarrassed that I just sat frozen for the rest of that call, and a bead of sweat ran down my head.
Jesus.
I was so fucking embarrassed. And I never touched. I never, ever touched the guitar ever again during
You're quite
a
bad
Zoom
with guitars
call.
and cameras, aren't you?
Yeah, there's precedent, isn't there?
Couple of
God,
times
even
now.
telling that story, I'm embarrassed.
That's so
Oh, it was
I do
so
remember
bad,
it
mate.
happening
The
now.
way it flung me into presenter mode.
That's amazing.
And they're literally talking about serious shit as well.
Yeah.
And I was listening, like I could do that while listening. It's not like I was even just trying, because I could have just probably left. I was listening.
Not for me.
Could have literally turned camera off, turned mic off, and just.
But yeah, God, and that's probably the most embarrassing thing I've ever done in my entire life.
That's funny.
That's pretty far.
That's
up
very
there,
funny.
innit?
I couldn't think of my most embarrassing. Most of my life is embarrassing, so it's really hard to pick out the most.
And your wardrobe.
Put yourself down.
And your tattoos.
Look who's talking.
I'm representing the brand, mate.
Yeah, my brand.
Please. Only one you're not representing.
Who invented it?
Good point.
Exactly.
God damn.
I just sit in front of a camera and talk. No issues. No guitar. I got my teams on one screen. My summer interested on the other screen.
When were you last here for the podcast?
I was last year.
Was it Monday?
Maybe. Yeah.
Or was it last week?
It was last week, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
What day is it now?
It's
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Must have been last week.
You do a lot of these.
Yeah, I quite like them.
I think it's really good.
They're quite
Because
chill.
it allows someone who's not often in the main content due to scheduling reasons or whatever. It allows them to stay connected to
see the real me.
Yeah, I like that. 'Cause
I like
people
it.
do always love to see you.
I like it, and I read the comments, and I read the nice ones, and I ignore the nasty ones, which is easy to do because there's no nasty ones, baby.
Yeah.
All right, well, you know what to do now.
No!
Go leave him a nasty comment. Tell him all about his mustache.
Oh, come on.
November's
I,
coming in strong.
Something that I did. I just started that sentence all wrong. There was one
Take two.
Take two.
He started that sentence 3 times and it was
Hey,
wrong.
you may be wondering how I got here. The Leeds Fest vlog, someone was like, I don't know if it was this one actually, or the one before, but someone was just like, oh, just leave that fucking vegan wanker behind.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah, it was. And I was like, I think I called a band like shit or something, and I'm just like, oh, chill out, man.
Yeah.
Who
People are
cares?
very,
Get on with your own life.
Yeah,
people are
innit?
really passionate about that. On our Power Trip video, which we released maybe a month ago, it's all like old school like metal bands. So it's attracted, like, it's done well. It's got over 250,000 views.
They're ohms, not amps.
But it's attracted like the old metal crowd.
Yeah.
And most people, as always, overwhelmingly positive. But it's funny. Like Mary says, like, God, can't they play some Drake? And like to everyone watching that,
Yeah,
that's
sacrilegious.
obviously a joke, though. Like,
Yeah.
of course, we're not expecting to hear any Drake.
Yeah, who's
and
playing Drake at Power Trip?
the whole reason for the comment and then the inclusion of it in the final edit is because it's so ridiculous to say that at an event like Power Trip. And then there's like oldies like, that's ridiculous. Judas Priest, blah, 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 Iron Maiden, blah, blah, blah.
I'm never watching again.
God, it's so funny, man.
It's like the EDM comments.
Yeah.
Except with
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
I don't. When I say, like, you might be thinking, oh, he's just doing a little clever joke, a little satire on the EDM scene. I don't. It all sounds the same.
Yeah,
and I
same.
stand by that.
Like,
And I've,
growing up, that music was called dance.
yeah,
And that was it. It was just dance
We
music.
used to call it
it's
D.
actually raw dog neon techno.
It's crazy. Like I can kind of, I could probably pick out what's known as drum and bass.
Yeah.
Purely based on the
Maybe a bit of garage.
Yeah.
drum. I couldn't go.
I could pick out garage.
Yeah, we could probably pick out a bit of garage.
I could tell you drum and bass, based purely on the drum,
and
And
track
the bass.
and the bass.
but everything else.
But if you get a good enough drum, it comes with the bass.
deep house,
Yeah,
what the fuck is deep house?
It's like a house, but, like deeper.
deeper.
But I think it's really impressive how people can pick that out. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
I
But then it's like subgenres of
yeah,
metal.
so I was just thinking about that. Like, you could tell like this is thrash and this is black and this is maybe I'd get black and death confused
Yeah.
50% of the time. This is melodic. This is, but like, I truly don't understand how you can do that with EDM.
No. it
And
is-
also, like, calling, say, power metal, Norwegian black metal, and thrash metal, calling that metal is also fine.
Yeah, like I won't care.
And that's like us calling it EDM.
Yeah.
But there seems to like no one would go like, that's not metal, that's thrash metal. Like no one says that. But people do say that's not electronic dance music. It's fucking lucid acoustic techno with Cajun spice.
I don't think.
What?
I
I've
don't-
never heard of that, mate.
I don't think I could be as passionate, like, about my own child as some of the comments I read that
don't
are
have a
just
child?
like unhinged. No, I haven't. But imagine if I did.
Oh, awful.
Imagine how tall they'd be.
Well, it's a child.
Yeah, a tall kid.
I'll tell you, we got a great email this week.
What font was it? To be fair, being
I don't know if that's formatted on machine when it's sent.
it
anyway,
is. It is.
It was the standard Apple Mail
Yeah.
iPhone. It was the iPhone, whatever the font the iPhone.
Apple
is.
Mail.
Anyway, you already seen the email, Dan. We already talked about it, but you wouldn't have seen it, and the
No.
viewers will appreciate it. We've got a festival coming up in December. That
Christmas.
I'm looking forward to more and more the sooner we get to it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great.
Jake's been a bit of a mardy bum, but
It's not like him.
fuck him.
I've got to work through this festival. Like, he can't complain too much.
I think it'll be great. And it's one of the times, we don't get this very often, where the festival just sort everything out for us. Travel, accommodation, everything.
Yeah, it's very, very
Wow.
few and far between.
We get a lot of tickets accredited. More than half at this point is accredited, which feels right because we're a media outlet doing a piece of coverage that's probably going to be really solid marketing for your event. But some companies really actually get that, believe in that, and they will pay for the whole experience, and that comes out of their marketing budget. Quite normal. But not very often does that happen for us. Yeah. Anyway, the reason I'm going into all that detail is because we get really excited about this festival, and then they're like, great. There's one thing, though. This festival's in mainland Europe somewhere.
Yeah.
And they're like, we've partnered for the first time this year with National Express coaches. And we'd love you to get the coach.
Oh no.
There and back.
So
Oh dear.
I think it was 20 plus hours.
18, I think.
Was it 18?
I think I saw 18.
From London.
Yeah.
So
And then add on 4 or 5
plus
hours
from
here.
Leeds, yeah. Best you're going to get that is 2.5 in it on the train. So a significant amount of journey time. So we're like, oh, I'm thinking, we didn't really talk about it, did we, Dan? But like, we're thinking like, oh, I guess it'll be fun. Like, it's what you make it. Like, we'll sit on there.
I've done similar stuff in the
I've never done out like that. So it's a new experience.
14-hour coach ride in Thailand from Bangkok down to Krabi.
Have you done an hour on a coach?
Yes.
Right, imagine that.
Oh, in fact,
just
I've
repeated.
done an 18-hour coach. It was from north of Scotland down to Portsmouth. Like we've all changed. We drove through the night, changeovers all over the place.
How the fuck can you spend 18 hours driving anywhere in this country?
Because they had loads of stop-offs.
4 times smaller than Texas, which is one
That's
state.
a long, yeah.
There were changeovers and stuff as well, so it's add up little.
In Leicester.
Yeah.
Milton Keynes, no doubt. Definitely would have been, I reckon.
No, didn't go Milton.
Was it a National Express?
No, sorry, it does stop at Milton, but it's not
Milton,
a changeover for me.
Oh, right, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm kind of psyching myself up. I'm like, do you know what? I'll start watching Dexter again, maybe, or I'll watch BoJack Horseman, which is something I need to kind of pick back up.
Just watched Bodies on Netflix. That were quite good.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
It's a bit of a weird mystery one.
It's a good way to kill some time in it.
I mean, there's an easier solution to this, isn't there?
What?
Well,
So what? I didn't know.
you get the coach from Leeds to Manchester and fly.
Yeah. So what we done? We kind of, because Jake's really not giving us much in terms of energy for this festival. He just can't. He doesn't seem like he's bothered, and he will be, but he's probably just tired because he's just not built like me. You call him half a job, Jake.
Oh, is that right?
Anyway,
Yeah.
so
I think it's probably because he's got a cat around 2 of you just walking.
that's true. He's a big lad.
God.
He's
Can't even
he's
defend
got-
himself.
Good. So anyway, I've warmed to the outbound coach there, but then I'm like, let's just book a flight.
Yeah, and just don't tell him.
Let's just
Absolutely.
book a flight home because we're going to want to do less after, because it's a long festival. It's the longest festival we've ever been to. There's no, we want to do less than get a 20 possible 20 hour
full day's
journey
worth of
home
traveling
on a coach.
That's too
So
long.
like, let's just book a flight and just keep that between us,
Keep
and
it
then we'll
stum.
fucking dip on the last day. Anyway, got an email last week. Really sorry.
We're monitoring all the airports.
Plans have changed for the
it's
for the thing.
because of timings and stuff like that.
Timings aren't going to work out, so we're going to need to just send you on the plane.
Yes!
Is Leeds Bradford your preferred airport?
That's it. Wow.
So it's now going to be
Excellent.
A bus ride to airport and that's it.
Not even a bus, mate. We'll get the taxi to the fucking airport.
Taxi, yeah.
And it's going to now be
Wow.
an hour and a half probably trip.
I'm proper looking forward to that. I think it'll be really fun. Obviously, I'm not going to say too much, but
No, you're not
I
getting
do
a
as well.
coach for 20 hours.
And I think there's going to be a sauna there and a steam room.
I guarantee there is.
Excellent, because
Maybe
all I've wanted.
in the place we're staying, because
I know.
it's the kind of place that has that. And if they're putting us up, they might put us up.
I
as
was
something a
gonna,
bit swanky.
I've wanted to go in a sauna or steam room all year.
Mm.
Not all year, but halfway through the year.
They're too
Why
hot,
don't
though.
you just get a gym membership to
You're right.
Virgin down
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
and they've got a lovely sauna,
You're right.
steam room, heat room, jacuzzi, swimming pool.
I was talking to Bridie about this, and we were like, yeah, we'll do that. And then I was thinking, what if I just go to the Queen's down the road? That's quite expensive. But I also don't want to go on my own.
Just
I'll come here. I like saunas.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one at the thing, then we got it covered at this event. But like, if not, I'd love to do that.
Yeah, that used to be a thing. Like whenever you go away, if they've got a sauna place, everyone fucking loved it.
Yeah, I'd love
Like we went to Estonia, and obviously in Eastern Europe, they're big on saunas and stuff
that.
like
Did
that.
you meet that lass's boyfriend from the shop?
I was too scared to go meet him.
Good lad, yeah, because he's got a girlfriend, all right?
But no, like even like they had saunas in every single barracks. So it's like it don't matter like if you're just a single living on base, you've got a sauna in your bathroom. Like it was great.
I don't like them, mate.
So I was in a sauna every single day.
It was really attractive to me when we were in the middle of festival season, and like I'm jumping from like hammered to
Yeah.
terribly hungover every fucking day, like on that same cycle, and then few days off to edit, and then straight back into it, which is it's good times, but like that's when I felt like I would have really benefited from a
Yeah,
sauna.
it's good to detox and it gets out a lot of shit.
Right now, I don't really feel like I need to detox from anything, but I still love to go in it. But I'd love to go in one like middle of festival season, just find one and just sweat out all the nasties. Branky.
Have you ever done a plunge pool?
Is that cold one?
Yeah.
No.
I've done the.
Done it once. It was shit.
I've done it where they've got the bucket.
Ice bucket challenge.
ALS ice bucket challenge.
No, the Virgin down there. That
What'd you call me? What'd you
your
call me?
brother. He's no, down there the gym. It's they've got one where it's got a sauna and a steam room. You come out and next door to it, it's got a shower with freezing cold water that sprays from every side. But if someone's in that, there's only one. They've got a bucket that fills up with freezing cold water constantly, and you just pull it down and it pours over the top of you.
Oh.
And, like it's like a plunge pool. It just immediate like immersion in freezing
God, I
cold
bet
water.
that's great.
It's lovely, and the spray one that sprays you from like every wall around you with
I
freezing cold
remember,
water. Amazing.
I remember trying to like get into like freezing cold showers and going on YouTube and
Wim
reading
Hof.
reading that.
Oh yeah.
The what?
It's Wim Hof technique, innit?
Yeah,
Is that what it's called?
Like, he's
He's
really
the ice
famous
guy,
for
innit?
like the person who
For being cold.
made it famous almost to go in plunge pools.
Oh, and he just
freeze
goes
your
in the
body and-
ice. Yeah. I've seen him on YouTube.
It's actually really like it's meant to be really good. It's not the same as an ice cold plunge pool, but after my nice warm shower every day, for the last minute, I'll whack it up full
Really?
freezing cold,
Oh
and
my
I'll
God.
stand in it until it no longer feels like it's freezing cold.
I don't know how you could do that.
Because
mate.
your body does naturally warm up.
Yeah,
And
yeah, for sure. It's like getting in a cold pool.
But the reason Wim Hof does it, and it's like one of his teachings, is because doing that makes you tell
Famous.
that little thing in your brain that says, "Oh, get out! It's fucking cold." Makes you beat that.
Yeah.
So you
is-
you can
yeah.
tell yourself to shut up when stuff's going wrong, when you got anxiety.
Yeah,
when you
no,
got all
I
these
get
negative
it. Yeah,
mental things.
It's awareness of like the power of your actual brain.
Yeah, exactly. So
It's,
you
it's
can
clever.
you
that.
can overcome that pain. Is basically.
I like that. That's useful as well.
Yeah.
But I was just looking at it because our shower in Burley Road was always ice cold. And waking up, mate,
can I
waking up to walk the 40 minutes into work with a freezing cold shower beforehand, so cold that I would almost be sick.
Like literally hailstones almost, wasn't it?
Oh, it was awful. And God, trying to psych myself up, like, and just trying to convince myself it was a positive. God help me.
Second coldest shower I've ever had.
Yeah, what was the first one?
Falklands, when the hot water got turned off for a week.
Oh,
In the middle of
God,
the
in the
Falklands
freezing
winter as
cold.
well.
what turn?
Yeah,
Did it break?
they're having work done to
okay.
the heating system on the barracks that I was staying in.
You're meant to be a soldier, that. You get under cold water now.
That was it. That was it.
Man up.
But this is in Falklands where the wind it can get up to like 90 miles an hour going sideways,
that's fast,
just
isn't
hailing at the same time. Like some of the worst weather I've ever seen in my life there. So fucking cold. And no hot water. So you wake up in the morning at 6 or 7 or whenever it was, I can't remember now, to get ready for work. And you've got to have an icy cold shower. And let me tell you, your little chippy, it turns from an outie to an innie. I had 2 belly buttons.
Jeez.
I was talking to Jake. We were traveling somewhere, and I was like, "What's the best shower you've ever had in your life?" And he was like, "The one at Benicassim this year, because you were."
He loved that
went,
shower.
We
Yeah.
went together, didn't we?
It were fine,
It was nice.
but I think that was the context of the shower.
It was, yeah. It was purely because it was ice cold.
Yeah.
And it was like 35-degree heat.
I think that so if you were to plot on a chart all your showers, right? I think there's quite a shallow ceiling for like best shower, and here's my reason why. I think you want nice towel, nice like cubicle, and just a waterfall shower with decent pressure and temp, and that's it.
That's all you can ask for.
That's
really.
all you
Yeah.
need. There's not like
The only thing I want is
But
enough
that's an
room
easier-
to move.
I've never even thought about the towel when
nice fluffy
ranked our
towel.
shower.
And, yeah, the towel is it's not as important,
After-
but a nice
the
towel
aftercare,
is,
mate.
is
Yeah.
nice.
Aftercare.
But I do I
nice
like
towel
I
is
like a towel when it's you've had it for years and it's clean, but it's now brisk and it's a bit
yours.
rough on you.
a piece
That's
of,
what,
piece
that's
of
what all mine are
cardboard.
like.
No, it's not like it's weird.
Mine go like
but
that
it's
after a
like
week.
after the material, it's like on t-shirts. Like after so many
Yeah.
washes, it just shrinks down that little bit, doesn't it? So it becomes a bit more rigid than normal. So it's what towel.
This
that's-
one's fucked. This is I think this is one of the oldest ones that we did.
I've got the original one we did, the first ever one. It's at my mum's. It's out of the way so that I don't ever accidentally wear it.
I've got one of them as well. It's an extra small, so it
Oh,
simply
excellent.
don't fit. The best shower I've ever had in my life was this year, and it was It was in Munich airport after Oktoberfest. So Oktoberfest,
Oh yeah, the one after Rockham were fucking great as well.
was that in the airport?
Yeah, because after Rockham Ring we had the car, didn't we? And we drove back.
I don't remember
We
at
slept.
all.
Do you know
This is the thing with my memory. It's been such a fast year. Like I couldn't tell you.
We had a couple of nights sleep.
I remember
in
sleeping in the
XC90,
Volvo.
Drove back, dropped the Volvo off, got into airport, had a shower, jumped on
I
plane.
don't remember the shower.
Yeah, first airport shower we'd all done.
But I love an airport shower, and sometimes they're hidden away in the lounge, and it's fucking annoying. But the one after Oktoberfest, because we'd had a rudimentary sink shower, in the like toilets, not a shower.
No, yeah,
Categorically.
just absolutely not.
And we were fucked,
Sink.
and it was a particularly bad, like, felt dirty at Oktoberfest. Like you didn't feel clean afterwards. And just going in, you pay on the door, these high-tech German-ass showers, man. And you pay on the door, and it, like, unlocks for an hour, and you get, like, and you got the full room.
Yeah.
And there's, like, it's like a full bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, and it was fucking glorious. And I sat in there for an hour. I put some fucking nice, slow, chill music on. It was a big waterfall one where it, like, comes
Zoom
out of the
meeting in the
roof.
corner.
Zoom meeting going on. guitars.
Stonewall.
Oh, it was so nice, man. Oh, God. And I just sat in there, and it was fucking heaven on earth.
Sat in the shower.
I always sit in the shower.
Yeah.
I do it every now and then. I used to do it every time when I was a kid, but as I've grown up, my knees hurt more, so it's harder to get down. So I don't do it as much.
My knees are hurting this week.
I had a lovely shower today. Before this, I cleaned my bathroom.
I cleaned
before
my
this.
bath this week.
Did you?
I got a life hack. I do this every time,
Here we go.
and it works for me because we rent.
Right.
But as you own your own bath, it's
Yeah.
probably not the best thing to do. But I just get a full bottle of bleach
Yeah.
and I just swirl it around the whole bath,
Yeah.
including the outside, and then like kind of scrub it in all over, like loosely. Like you're not scrubbing to actually remove the dirt. You're just trying to ensure the bath's got like 100% coverage of just bleach.
Yeah.
And then then you fuck off for an hour and do whatever. And then it'll slowly drip down into the middle bit of the bath, like where the water would collect.
Mechanics of a bath.
And then you wash the bleach off and it's clean. But the bottom of the bath's now really, like it's starting to damage like the bath.
It's because you don't need a full bottle
that's
of bleach.
I know,
mental.
but it is the way to do it without any elbow grease at all. That's the thing. You literally just paint the bleach on, fuck off, rinse it off, and it's perfectly clean.
Yeah, but as you've seen, it does start stripping the enamel off your bath.
It's stripping the enamel off the bottom of the
never
bath.
would have crossed my mind.
But
I think that's why
it's not my bath.
I think that's why you're not supposed to use bleach on your baths, and most people use stuff like that Sif cream,
Yeah.
because that probably.
I remember when it was called Jif.
Kif.
True story. It was called Jif.
Was it? Jif
Yeah, it
cream?
used to be called Jif.
I thought
and then
Jif with a lemon.
I think
No,
that might be why they changed it.
The little motion picture, isn't it?
That's GIF, you dickhead.
That's gift dot.
Dingleberry.
I just have some bathroom cleaner spray, lime scale remover, soap, scum, whatever it is. Spray. Wait a minute, just wipe it down. Job done.
Yeah.
So very similar.
That'll work if you do it
don't-
often. But I don't. I let mine get like a bit too bad, and then it's like
Okay,
No.
right, fine.
Same.
I had a great time. Yeah, Didn't
like
take very long.
Jake
Wiped
is
it all down.
Jake's really like on top of shit
So
like that.
many things.
Like he will have a shower, and he doesn't do it in my shower because obviously there's no point. But like when he lived with us for a very brief stint, like he would use the shower, and then once he's showered, squeegee the fucking wall.
I do that. Yeah, I do
squeegee the glass every time. And it'd always look immaculate, and he'd like literally like spray the glass with something every time,
Oh, that's mental.
and it always looked.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily spray.
I wouldn't
it,
spray,
like,
but squeegee is
with-
the way.
with
Life's just too short.
because mine's my own, and like nobody else is going to use it, like unless they particularly ask. But
The particular.
like, I don't
ask?
care. I don't know why I said it that way. But so I don't really care too much. But when
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
if I've got a shared bathroom, then yeah, I'd be doing that. Stuff.
And is that why you keep the guest bathroom in such a nice nice state?
I've not used that guest bathroom once.
No, but it don't matter because that goes against what you just said.
No, I said I'd do that as well after I'd used it.
Oh, okay. After you'd used it, okay.
No one particularly.
I'd
asked
go and
about the
start
guest
cleaning
bathroom,
and
I don't think.
They
You've
didn't
never used that
particularly
guest bathroom even once.
No.
You have a
I've been in it. I've
you have
never-
a toilet in your flat and you've never used it.
Well, it got filled with shit fairly quick from us moving in, blocked and never been usable again.
Well, it works great now.
I'm not going to risk it.
I would give it a shit, mate.
I've got my own shitter. I don't care.
But don't you just want to do it to complete the set?
No, it's a smaller box room. It doesn't seem as fun. And I would have been completing set. I ain't shit on your toilet.
I'm sure you will have done.
I haven't. I know you've shit on mine, but I ain't shit on yours.
Yeah, I'll only shit on yours when I need
do you
to,
know,
though.
you know, play swappy shit.
Why would you need to?
when you're
If
in the
someone's
flat?
using mine and the guest one's blocked, these situations occur. Not very often, but they do occur.
I've got 3 toilets to choose from.
Yeah, same.
And
Kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
I've used 2.
You've got a toilet in your house you've
Yeah,
never used.
I've used
That is
two.
mental.
that's weird for you because you own that house. Like this place, I can give a fuck about that toilet.
We've got an ensuite in the bedroom that is. I just hate it. Like I'd rather have more
I'd have a
bedroom.
shit everywhere, man.
You're supposed to use
It's
the
like
ensuite.
poker
Yeah, let's
stops.
use the toilet. Got to rub shit in my fish.
It's like that prawn.
Yeah. Well, he puts it in a bag and saves it for later.
God.
That'd be a really shit poker stop. It's just some bloke there squatting, pushing one out.
I watched a video recently of a guy just in a suburban area just having a shit in the UK.
Whatever gets your rocks off, I guess, you know.
Well, yeah. And then I
I've watched some weird things, not that particular
Yeah.
type, but you know.
And then I cleaned myself up and I went to work.
I've spent a lot of time this week trying not to buy a drum kit.
Yeah,
He
how's
says going to PMT every other day.
How's that
literally,
going?
I've been twice. I found the one I want.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's a electric drum kit and it's the bee's knees.
Is it where you buying it from? Like a
Well, this is the thing. I've been trying to find a deal.
yeah.
These things are expensive. You're talking like at least 2,100 for the drum kit. But that doesn't come with like stuff you really need.
Pedals.
It don't come with the
seats,
pedals.
Sticks, cymbals.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it comes with the cymbals.
All you get is the screws to hold it together.
It comes
No
with
else.
it comes without the stand for the snare, the hi-hat stand.
You can have your snare on ground. That'll be fine, won't it?
I imagine. Dan, do you mind just holding this snare for us while I play for an hour? It comes without, and this is, I guess, kind of normal in the drum world,
Yeah.
but like comes without shit you really need.
Yeah.
So by the time you've added the stuff on, it's like 2,700 quid. And I've been trying to get it cheaper, but it just isn't cheaper because it's like the top one in its price bracket. And I've been just trying to push my luck really and see how cheap I can get it. All these music shops offer credit, so that's kind of what I was thinking about doing.
Well, that's what the credit, like the Klarna stuff, the credit stuff's interesting because that's how they get away with drumming up the prices.
But
Right, see you later.
you know, I had a call
Fuck
yesterday. I had a call yesterday with Gear for Music, which is a big music retailer, and they
Do you know
also
what I
do
like that? 'Cause
manufacture.
it says
Tells you what it does.
I know exactly. Refrigerators.
But someone from Gear for Music reached out and said like, don't buy the drum kit from here, like buy it from us, and got talking to him, and then we kind of briefly discussed like, you know, well, I don't know what the word is. Almost like a sponsor.
yeah.
Like an affiliate of the
Yeah,
company.
yeah, like that. Like, you know, we'll send you the drum kit, and you
Like TikTokers saying, this
shout
is my
about
new
it.
clothes.
Exactly, yeah.
You saying, this is my new drums.
And like us, you know, getting the, but it was weird because this was the first thing like that where it's like not really even. Obviously, the only reason people saw my Instagram story about the drum kit to begin with is because I've got a following because of the channel. But like this wasn't necessarily like a partnership to do with the channel at all. It was like,
It's private.
well, what I was hoping is maybe wishful thinking. They'll send me the drum kit for free,
Yeah. That'd be
and I
nice.
can do.
I mean, you are world famous, so it
Yeah.
makes sense for him financially.
I can shout about it a bit, you
Yeah.
know, which was, you know, obviously.
To be
big
fair,
ask.
if
It's
they
not-
sell one more, they've not. No, they haven't
well,
broke
it's to
even.
do.
They need to
it's
sell
do with-
three, don't
no,
they,
it's
to
to do.
just get
It's to
over.
do with the margin
Yeah.
because they're not the manufacturer of that product, so they have to get that product from Roland at
Yeah.
very close to what they sell it for.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I had a great shout with Gear for Music, and I'm hoping we'll work together as TPD TV in
Well,
the
yeah, if
future
they ever want to give me a meteor,
on some of their Well, again, that's Fender product in it, so they won't make enough on that to give them away. But it was interesting because they don't do any. I hate to use the term like influencer marketing, but like they don't do any of that, and they're trying to get into it. And they did offer me like a really good discount on the drum kit. And I was really, really grateful for that, but it just wasn't
free.
It was still like considerable amount of money, and it didn't come with all the bits that I wanted still, so I'd still have to like buy them. So yeah, I've been just kind of looking around, and then I almost bought it today from Gear for Music because they got some great stuff and a nice website, and the guy's been really nice and he's kind of helping me out with like what I need and what I don't need kind of thing. It's just a lot of money in it.
Yeah. What are you gonna do with that?
Well, Raz is meant to be having. I'm looking at an electric drum kit I've got now, and it's the cheapest one that you can buy, really. And do you know what? It's good that for 400 quid. It's a good bit of kit, but it don't feel like playing the proper drums. And this Roland kit really does. And I went in there yesterday, and I just spent like 20 minutes in a music shop down the road just doing the pedal. And just like, how loud is that? And it's a Roland kit, like, which is the top of the line. So it's like, it's designed to not fucking annoy the neighbours.
Yeah.
And it's got really good like soundproofing. Like it makes the pedal makes a bit of noise in the room, but it doesn't seem to transfer through the floor too bad.
Oh, really? Because that was an issue with that one, wasn't it?
It's really good. Yeah, that one, you're just hammering that metal straight into the fucking floor. And even with that, I only got one complaint, and that's when I was thrashing the fuck out of it. So we'll see what happens. If anyone from Roland is listening and wants to send me a free drum kit, I'll take it, no problem.
Yeah, and Fender, Meteora. I'll have that surf green that you don't do anymore.
They don't manufacture the Meteora at all, do they?
Fingers crossed someone from Scan UK are listening.
Who else would?
I thought it was a limited run.
No, it's
they still make them.
Still make them. They've stopped doing the original 3 colours now. But there was also a 4th in that original run as well, which was the one that I think it was Lenny Summit were playing, or Levi, I don't know who he was. Someone playing guitar that I've shown you the video of, and it's the wood-coloured one. And that's like the top end. It was $2,000 that was the first thing that they brought out with it, and it was gorgeous.
There's some Fender have got some great shit at the minute. They've done this Squire series. Squire's like the budget line. So like you have a Fender, but then you can't.
So you got your Audi RS3 and then your Audi S3.
Yeah, I guess.
Or your Audi RS3 and then your Audi A3.
A3 is where it's at anyway.
So
Value for money.
So Squire's like the lower end one, but they've apparently been really good lately. And I played Squire for like 12 years, and they do this weird thing where they'll get like, it's called like the Paranormal Collection, and it's like Frankenstein of like, it's like a Stratocaster body with like some random neck that like a Stratocaster's never had.
Oh,
and
like,
then like a
Wonky
pickup.
Veg from Morrison's.
Cool. Kind of, yeah. Like a parts bin, kind of like a Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And apparently they're really sick. I'd love some of them as well. So if anyone from Fender is listening and Roland, then sort us out.
Yeah, you just give us a full band setup.
And video as well.
Yeah, why not?
It's hard to put value on influencer marketing because you've got companies who like manufacturers like say Jackery who make those batteries and EcoFlow, and they're like $2,500 some of those batteries, and obviously they send them out to everyone and then pay you to talk about it. So it's I don't really know what that's like a retail value of like a lot of money that they're just giving you for free. Not for free, you're doing the job.
Yeah.
But like, but with
How
this,
do they judge the return on it?
Yeah, with this, it was like you're paying for it and then advertising it as well, and it just didn't. I don't really know. It's hard to talk about without sound like a knobhead, but it was like, well, if I'm advertising it, I don't want to be paying for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because Gary Lineker buying his own bag of salt and vinegar crisps.
Yeah. Well,
he is if they're not walkers.
But then I'm like, well, I don't know. Maybe that is the right. Maybe that is the right thing. I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard to gauge. I don't really know anything about it. Raz is the one who knows like the values and the CPM and the fucking all that shit.
Doesn't make sense, does it, to pay for something you're advertising?
They were doing me a discount, to be fair.
Oh, okay.
And I am if I do buy it, I'll definitely buy it from them because they were really nice. But I would rather buy it at full price and not do a post than save a little bit of money.
Yeah,
and
yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, and
It
feel
does.
like you need to do something for someone else.
yeah, yeah. It'd feel disingenuous. Like
Yeah, that's fair.
I'd just feel like a bit of a mug. Like I've paid for it and also
Yeah.
Sold out.
advertising it. Yeah, I'll sell out, no problem. But I'll sell out for.
Oh yeah,
I'm not paying to sell
I
out.
can't wait
Yeah,
to
yeah.
sell out on Insta when someone starts saying, "I'll give you some clothes for money." I'm like, yeah, boy. So
If
drop
anyone
dead.
out there knows of any white sunglasses, I'm gonna need some for the party.
Something I've thought about, and we can put this out to people at home as well. Obviously, we want a sponsor for this. We want the podcast to have a little bit of a sponsorship. It's not going to bring it anywhere.
Do the
near-
fucking ad read then.
Hang on, let me fucking finish.
I bet you haven't done it though, have you?
Let me fucking finish. So, for sponsor wise, why don't we see like small businesses, people who don't know about
Mate,
shit like this from marketing?
you're in the hot seat for this.
Yeah,
Get
but I
it
don't
done.
know how the fuck to do it. It's just a thought that's gone
Yeah,
through my brain.
well, have a look, have a think about it, figure it out.
But yeah, I just felt like small businesses, someone who's got a little Etsy shop or someone who's started making jewelry or just whatever it may be. If they've got nowhere to promote, that's actually...
Who'd be a good sponsor, or who is a great example of return on investment for influencer marketing? Parabellum.
Yeah.
Our mate Dan from Parabellum was kind enough to give us those Parabellum necklaces at download.
Aye.
And he truly was kind to do that. And he's a great guy. But also there's a business angle to that as well.
Oh,
He's thinking,
marketing.
this costs however much the silver and labour to make it is worth. And he's going to give them to us. And hopefully there'll be some return on that. And I really hope there has been for him, because the amount of times I get asked about that fucking necklace,
Yeah, same.
especially when we all wear them, which we all do. Everyone fucking asks. If me and Jake are out on any night, at least 3 people will say like, "What is that? Where'd you get that from? What's it mean?" People are really drawn to it, and I'm glad because it's a great product. I love mine.
Sometimes if I'm having a down day, I put it on just to feel a bit fancy.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
makes
lovely.
It makes you feel a little bit like
Parabellum
I've got something
London.
nice.
Check them out, Parabellum London. I really, really like them. We were looking at the because we've got the scythe necklace. Everyone goes, "What's the F stand for?"
Yeah, I know.
It's not an F. It's a scythe.
Fucking scythe. You
Rock
dumb.
and roll. I was looking at his website. Just Google Parabellum London, and they do the scythe in 4 sizes, and we've got the second size of the 4. You get bigger, and if they do, he does like a gold one that's like 4 times as big, like a solid gold one,
Fucking hell.
and it's like 5,800. But that's just cost of material, really.
Yeah, no one gold is
And
expensive.
it's fucking so sick, man. Oh, it's so sick.
I'd love to do shit. I'd love to make jewelry. I want to make rings. Rings are the ones for me. I'd love to
You've
be
made
able
a
to.
ring at Gloucester?
Lovely. No, but yeah, like genuinely it's interested in me for years. Always thought it's fucking cool, but seems like a very hard thing to get into.
I was gonna message Dan from Parabellum, and I didn't because I didn't want to propose him cheapening himself.
He's already engaged.
But because we've got a party coming up, a Christmas party where we have to wear all white, and I was gonna say like, is there any chance you can make me like a plastic or like a ceramic?
Yeah.
I'll pay for it, of course, but like a white,
I just want to cover it in bleach.
a white one.
Just spray paint it.
I don't want to spray paint mine in case it doesn't come off. But yeah, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? Like an all white
Yeah, that
one.
would be good.
Just for that event, though, it wouldn't look very good, I think, as a product. But
yeah.
then I thought, you know what? Like, he's a jeweler. He's not here to make a fucking toy.
But yeah, so people like Dan would have been ideal. So Dan, anyone who sells, like, has a small business, is trying to get it off the ground or has got it off the ground and stuff like that. I think they'd be a perfect sponsorship for smaller YouTube channels and stuff like that. It's just, how do they do it? Like, how do they get out there? It's not something I've ever seen and or known about. I don't even know. They might do it. Might already be a thing.
The podcast is good for sponsors because it, like with the main channel, you've got to do all the work yourself to get the sponsor. I don't. Raz does it, but someone's got to do it. The good thing with podcast is the platform kind of just does it for you, doesn't it? It obviously puts the ads in,
To a
but
certain
it does
extent,
it
it's
does
not
have that
as-
thing. You could obviously get a sponsor yourself as well.
Yeah, like
That
layer
thing
that.
is literally just the old-fashioned
But you
What did it used to
record
be
a
called
thing,
with
don't
A?
you? Anchor.
anchor. Yeah, it's just that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they. So what that is that's this platform saying you've now got enough listeners where we will pay you to talk about our podcasting platform, and they will serve you different vendors who say like, okay, we want to target like this. So you log in on the thing, and it says like record a 30-second advert now, and then the platform will just put that in all your podcasts at the start.
Yeah.
No, you choose when to put it in.
But you can do it automatically with that one that you record.
Can you?
Yeah. You won't know because you haven't fucking done it. But I did one when we first...
It seems like you haven't.
When it first... it gives you like a freebie just to kind of encourage you to do it. Like when you first start the podcast, like it gives you a freebie. But it just puts it in as like a separate 30 seconds at the start of the video, at the start of the podcast audio. And it's really good. And YouTube should do something like that as well.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So
Yeah.
like it's like if YouTube was like, here's your ads, which you're getting anyway, like your standard ads. But then if you want to personally do a sponsor for, here's HelloFresh, they've identified your channel.
They can actually analyze that as well.
Yeah, and then they can take a cut as well, can YouTube. I'm amazed they don't. I'm amazed they don't do a thing
Well,
like
the
that.
sponsor read is a massive untapped.
Imagine that.
like,
You log into your
avenue.
dashboard and it's like, you know, HelloFresh, for example, have said, we want creators that are getting this many views in this territory. And then the YouTube dashboard just finds those creators and just offers that to everyone.
Because then it won't come down to the likes of these agencies and people who
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
run it, having to wait until they find somebody who's
Yeah.
good enough to promote for
It'd
them.
be great.
It'd be
And the YouTube
it'd literally
platform,
say, this is your list
it
of
could
people.
do it all. And then do you know what? If HelloFresh wanted an ad read, great. We do one. And you upload that just as its own little video to like the YouTube sponsor partner thing that doesn't exist.
And you just chucks it in.
And then that just slings it in your video whenever it sees fit. Do you know what I mean? So you don't have to choose the placement. And then when YouTube's and HelloFresh contractual obligation is done, it can remove it from the video. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, it's actually the thing is, it sounds good, but actually, I bet that would be bad. Because imagine another avenue for YouTube to get
Well,
a cut
YouTube
in.
do take a big percentage. I think they take
but,
40%.
But at the
of
moment,
AdSense.
like at the moment, when you get an ad read, a sponsor, that's all you in it.
Yeah.
So, because I was just sat here thinking that system sounds amazing, but I guarantee
But it sounds
if
better for YouTube than it does the creator.
I don't
exactly
know,
that. Because if you're,
I think it's
because you'd
what is
still have
bigger
it's-
creators. It's better for YouTube. Smaller creators, better for the creator.
Yeah. I
it's
think it would be-
direct loss of revenue though.
Not necessarily though, because at the minute, like we've got some shit lined up, but like it's been a dry few months because the,
So you're-
the few contacts
okay.
that we've got in agencies,
So
and
you're
with
going
brands
for
that have-
consistency
are not-
rather than.
Well, you know, we
So over a year, you'd average out more on that system
Yeah.
than your
So-
per video. That's what you're saying. So there will be a point where when you get to a certain size where what
well,
you
let's
said
say,
will be the bigger.
let's say like, so right now we're sat on a bit of content, right? And we're strategically releasing that because we have to be financially sensible about it. Our videos aren't like a fucking Curtis Connor video, right? Or Drew Gooden. They cost a lot of money to produce a TPE video.
yeah.
Minimum of £1,000 nowadays. It's fucking mental. But it really is. So
That's
you need to be at
3
least
zeros.
You need to be at least making
And a
that
one.
back.
And a pound sign.
It's crazy how expensive shit's got
Yeah.
for us to do. But we're really lucky because we can break even and even then some on a lot of it. But at the minute, I want to keep releasing, but we haven't locked in any sponsors. We do have some and the next few months looking great. But if that YouTube platform existed,
Yeah.
we'd still get the sponsors how we normally get them by speaking direct to the partners and the agencies. But wouldn't it be great if I could just go onto YouTube? I've got a video in the bank, fully edited, and we don't have to then be like, Raz, find us a sponsor. Yeah, Raz, find us a sponsor, and that's probably going to be better. But like in a time where Raz can't find us a sponsor.
It's like a backup in it.
And also
almost, I think.
for YouTube channels that aren't a team of people. Like if it's one person by themselves, it's a lot of work for one person, as Rob knows. Like that's why stuff's got split out a little bit. But you know, if you're by yourself doing all this, you're chasing all this sponsorship and stuff like that, you're eventually gonna need management because you're having to do all this yourself.
That's the thing.
So
And that's what Razzy's doing now. Razzy's like the manager.
So to avoid that, YouTube just gives you this, and it makes it easier for you. Simply,
I'm really
you don't have to do
surprised
anything.
they haven't done that.
There must be a reason, because like if Spotify do it,
Yeah, but if
why won't others?
they had a team doing that, then how would they just arbitrarily remove features from the platform?
What do you mean?
Well, they just mess about with stuff, don't they?
Oh, I see what you mean.
You're saying I have to develop this sponsor thing. How am I going to design the bell?
We're gonna have to take the dislike team off payroll.
Absolutely, yeah. How am I going to hide the dislike? What a mental decision.
well, maybe that's what happened. Maybe they removed the dislike button so they can get ready for this.
They
They did.
the hard drive got full.
They really. I mean,
Should have uploaded to cloud.
I do think it's a great idea. But then there's stuff like merch, which YouTube did and still does. They do that merch shelf. Have you seen that?
No.
So there's certain
Is that
vendors,
where it appears in the description?
So we work with T-Mill, who are absolutely brilliant. Jake's in charge of the merch, and he speaks to T-Mill, not me. But
he does speak to you.
Yeah, but I don't really speak to T-Mill.
Right.
But they seem fantastic.
Yeah.
They're based on the Isle of Wight. We were going to go to their factory, but we didn't have time. Anyway, and T-Mill like integrates into YouTube, and then YouTube, in a really kind of nice way, it like integrates merch into your video. So you could say merch just below, and then just below your video, you've got like a little store like on the watch page. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I have seen that.
And there'll be like little t-shirts, and you can just buy it there from the YouTube page.
That's good.
Instead of like go on the website tbd.tv. But again, it's not really taken off. I've never really seen anyone utilize that. Probably because they take a cut.
Yeah,
that's all it is, isn't it?
It's more than likely that. Like, that's the reason why a lot of like the bigger ones now, like Dobrik, Jake Paul, they all created their own clothing lines and merch lines and did it themselves in house for that reason.
Well, look
to stop other companies taking cuts.
Look at how it goes now.
There's so much money in merch.
Everyone wants to take you off the platform.
Merch is
That's where the money's at.
the biggest breadwinner in any creative industry. But you've got like it's like whatever the opposite of diminishing returns is. What's the opposite of diminishing? Because like Dobrik can make his own and have his own samples made up and have like everything. Like, have you seen Childish? Have you seen what Childish are doing?
No.
So because Childish will sell probably
some lovely
50,000 hoodies. They're fucking brilliant. Everything about it's custom. It's a full custom fit, not just printed. It's got custom packaging. It's really nice. It's more premium than like any hoodie I probably own in terms of its like bespoke nature. So
like
they can do that.
It's like the Kleins, isn't it?
What with not
Teddy
Hello
Fresh.
Teddy Fresh. Yeah,
They just
like
absolutely smashed that.
Yeah. I mean, she did. It's her, innit? It's Healer. But like when you're doing, we do well with merch, and I'm really glad we do, and I love doing the merch. But like we don't move anywhere near enough to be able to do like the stuff we would.
Yeah, to put that
the
much
big
in.
customs, the big luxury items.
It's why like bands print on Gildan. You know, no band's gonna sell 50,000 t-shirts
maybe
at like across their shows or something. Like obviously there will be like a million Metallica t-shirts out there, but in terms of like from one fulfillment,
It's such a mental. It's a mental avenue, isn't it? To be a YouTuber, like imagine being like an early YouTuber and just being like, I'm gonna make some t-shirts.
You'd be kicking yourself. It must have been shit to be well, I mean, I've been creating since the early days of YouTube, but like the kind of YouTube celebrities from our youth.
Yeah,
like,
the ones who they were famous but had no to show.
Yeah, that's the thing, because there was no monetization, really.
When did AdSense come in now?
I don't know.
I can't remember. But you got to think AdSense was your only one, and then you had the likes of, obviously you had the in-video ad read. So that's your big earner. Then you've got your merch. Then you've got and then Patreon, and then it's just everyone's just trying to get it off platform now. I'd say. and get your monthly.
I'm
returns,
surprised
you
YouTube
know.
hasn't done a thing where they're like, you're not allowed to use Patreon.
I guess, how can you police that? I
Well, okay,
suppose.
they could maybe say
You're not allowed to promote it.
they could block you using that word in your description and block links.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
And thank God they haven't. But once Susan's not at the helm anymore, is she?
No, she's gone.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know who it is
imagine
now.
imagine like that's something
Yeah.
she would have done, man.
I mean, bring back Rewind.
Innit? Bring back Rewind.
Make it good.
Just give it to the creators to do. Give it to Mr. Beast to do.
They're really.
Don't put fucking Will Smith on it.
Mr. Beast was.
He's not a YouTuber. He's a fucking world famous actor.
It's so soulless, that, innit?
It is, and it's so corporate.
Mr. Beast was saying that like he don't really do ad reads that often because someone will reach out to him from a company and he'll tell him the fee, and they're like, "That's our entire like quarterly marketing budget.
Yeah.
We can't pay that." And then he's like,
What?
But it's 200 million views. He says it's 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Like that's how much it costs.
That is mad.
And he's like, well, he's trying to not do ad reads anymore. So that's why he's like, most of his ads now were like for his own shit, like his chocolate that he's got.
Why would you not just lower your fee?
Why would you when you don't have to?
Well, no, but I'm saying like, so he's obviously done a calculation where he's like, for like 50 no's, I'll get a yes, and that's fine.
Yeah, but Mr. Beast,
But don't complain about not getting to do ad read. Like, I need to see what he's saying.
No, he's not. He's not complete. It's more just interesting.
Oh, okay,
it's like,
fine. Yeah.
So it's on a podcast, and someone's obviously said to him like, "Why don't you do that?"
Yeah,
many?"
yeah, yeah.
And
he
when you
just doesn't need to.
I mean, he will make tens of millions off AdSense.
Yeah.
Maybe even
mental,
more,
isn't
maybe
it?
hundreds of millions off AdSense.
You won't want to cheapen the brand, would you?
And
What's the
why
point?
would you give a
Yeah.
like? So you don't need money. So why are you going to promote a brand for no reason
I get
unless
that.
they're gonna?
Yeah.
Yeah, when-
Give you a drum kit.
when you can turn it
Yeah,
down.
I bet. Hey, Roland, Mr. Beast here.
There are people who are ringing around companies now and scamming them, pretending to be Mr. Beast,
Yeah, it's.
Oh, yeah.
fucking them over to get loads of money and shit.
Did you see that Chrome extension I installed?
I did see that.
That's so funny.
That is funny.
If
I
you
don't
use
understand it.
if you use Google Chrome, there's an extension you can install, and it adds Mr. Beast to every YouTube thumbnail. So then you install it and just refresh your YouTube page, and he's just there on every fucking thumbnail doing his
That's
face.
so pointless.
It really is, but it was good fun.
I love shit like that, though. Just like random extensions that just do no.
Yeah.
Did you ever used to play like games on your desktop? Like there was one I used to play in school where it was like it was a game. You would like click stuff on your desktop though, so it was like over your icons and stuff. So you could like shoot your desktop, and like you could have like it'd have like loads of ants on it, and it was like so your desktop was in the background with your
do kinda
icons and
remember
your start
some
menu and
ant
stuff.
things.
And then you
Yeah.
had like, and it was like an overlay.
It was like a transparent.
Yeah.
I kind of remember some ant things, but
And that
no.
and that purple
idea.
monkey as well. That was malware.
Yeah.
Remember that?
God, yeah. I do
I
remember
can't
that.
remember the name of it. I
You
had
could
that
get
installed
like you
once.
could get like strippers as well,
Yeah,
like strippers on your desktop.
on
I remember playing.
Windows XP.
I can't remember the actual name of it now. The one where you have cats or dogs on
Cats.
Windows 95.
Oh,
It was literally
yeah.
called that.
Was that cats?
I
And,
remember,
I had that,
yeah.
and you have your own house and you
Yeah.
look after some. Little,
It was there was cats and there was
God.
dogs, but it was with a Z.
Mm.
And Mary used to love it. And there was she made these. Get these dogs and you train them.
Yeah.
And she had this one that she loved, and I would go on and spray it with the water bottle. You could spray it with the water
That'll
bottle,
show it.
and it really didn't like that.
No.
So like she's like trying to make it happy,
Mm.
and then I'd log on and spray the fuck out of it with the water bottle.
I used to love to.
You were just a dick of a brother, weren't you?
Do you know what? It was character building. Look at her now. Look at her now.
Stuff like that with like Tamagotchis and stuff.
Oh, I love
Like that shit,
Tamagotchis.
Never had one.
Furbies.
Mate, get one now.
I thought Furbies
Fuck
were
off the
great.
drum set.
I really want a drumstick.
Fuck off the drumstick.
I'm really tired.
Yeah, me too.
Well, we've been doing it for an hour and a half, so
Have we?
you know,
Hey,
that's
you know,
good.
that's runtime.
That's a good
Excellent.
time. That I'm happy with that.
Straight to bed.
Well, thank you very much for tonight, boys. Really appreciate
Yeah.
you joining me. It's been a lovely chat, a lovely natter. Not too much bickering this time.
Nah,
Quite good.
and if anyone
No.
from Roland or any music vendors listening that wants to send me a drum kit for free,
Yeah.
I'll
Or
happily
a drumstick.
Yeah,
I
or
will
me a
happily,
guitar.
I will
What play?
happily play it.
or me a graphics card.
Or a razor
If
for
anyone
that
out
matter.
there's got
Anything.
an electric
Yeah, look,
drum
we just
kit,
like
a
free
guitar
stuff, so-
and a graphics card,
Yeah.
let us know.
Yeah.
But no, thank you for joining, mate. Thank you for coming from home. I don't know if you're
Hey,
coming.
guess what? We got loads of.
Fucking hope not while you're watching us.
We got loads of shit coming. I've spent all day editing today, first full day of editing for a long time, and some really good stuff around the corner. You're going to be very well fed in the next 5 to 6 weeks.
There you go. Enjoy that.
Wowee.
Right, well, I love you too. I love you all at home. Fuck off.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.